Hello friends, my name is Maqdalene Kawotjo. I will be reviewing an inspirational book written by Maqdalene Kawotjo. The first time I saw this book, I thought this book did not match the cover. How could a beautiful woman be the cover of an inspirational book? But it looked like this woman is the author of this book. But after I read this book, I think this book is good, so don't judge a book by its cover. So guys, this is the book I will review. This book has 166 pages with 46 stories. My favorite story is page 14. The title is The Department of Gratitude or Department Terima Kasih, which tells the story of a man who dreams of being carried by an angel around heaven. Then the man was taken to a room that contained many objects full of grace, mercy, and blessings that would be sent to the person who asked for them. However, there was a small room that turned out to be a room for receiving thanksgiving. It turns out that not many people express gratitude after being given grace, mercy, and blessings. This really touched my heart and reminded me to always give thanks to God. In my opinion, after reading this book the cover does not match the content delivered. The second, the topic of each news is different and interesting. The third, the language used is to slang like Eke Rejak Swakit Ching. The fourth, because of the slang, I felt like I was reading someone's story. There are many motivational words that I read in this book, such as the one in this paragraph. We are never separated from the appendage of our deeds, word, and action. Deeds speak louder than words, so we must be careful with all our deed, word, and action. If I read this book, I don't feel judged. I was given example of how to behave properly without hurting my feelings. I like the way the author told stories that made me feel like his family. The author has a lot of experience as evidenced by all the stories that on average come from the reader experience. The list of do's and don'ts made by the author are: avoid shallow discussion, avoid going to the place without purpose, avoid gossip, no more yoke on others, no pointing fingers, learn and practice humility, listen and be slow to speak, discern in your spirit. The summary written on the backpack of the book is: perhaps not too many churches dare to openly expose the weak side of a leader. Leaders are perfectly formatted to be a shoulder for congregants who need a place to lean on and shed tears. The sins and weaknesses of leaders are considered very taboo to be announced through the pulpit of the church, let alone shared with ordinary congregants. Have you ever heard the confession of a pastor who is afraid of seeing dead bodies? The pastor who wears marble brand pants? Who is possessed by the spirit of taboo? Who is afraid to enter a restaurant? Who ties chili? Who snacks with stolen money? Who still like to lie? This is a book that is honest and brings a breakthrough in the world of spirituality. By featuring a servant of God who dares to open himself as he is, because he believes that this openness will greatly help us to recognize our weak points and grow from them in struggle to be like Christ. Let us face the struggle of life that are full of chance, surprise, fears, and thirst. Life is not trouble-free, but with God it is colorful. That's what I can describe about this book. If there is a wrong pronunciation of the word, please forgive me. Me, Maqdalene Kawotjo from CE1B, would like to say thank you. I'm sorry.